Hi, my name is Corey Alexander, and I'm the digital content designer for the English composition team at Cengage Learning. Today we're going to be taking a look at how you can customize MindTap literature to meet the specific needs of your literature course. When you first open MindTap literature, what you'll see is the course landing page, which, as you can see on the left-hand side, is going to default to a calendar view. And the calendar view, you can see the week shown here and the corresponding dates. That's all information that you input when you set up your course. The calendar view is the one that we find most useful for students who are using MindTap as an SSO. So for those students, if their instructor has assigned assignments, they will appear here in the space below the week indicator so that the student knows week by week what is due in their course. This keeps things kind of streamlined and organized for their students. Now, of course, if you're an LMS user and you are having your students access MindTap through deep links, through your LMS, be it Blackboard, Canvas, D2L, what have you, this may not concern you quite as much, but we will briefly take a look at how you assign assignments in the calendar to make them appear in the calendar view. Now, first we have to get to those assignments. So in order to get from the calendar view into the view that has content, we're going to use this view change operation up here, which is in the blue bar. And you can see right now we're on that calendar or weekly view. And if we want to switch over to see the content, we need to choose the middle view, which is the unit view. And as you can see, once I click that, I've got all of the content presenting on what we call the learning path, which is this vertical path of activities. And in this case, they're really folders full of content. We're going to take a look first at how you would find and browse the literature for your course. And we're going to start by going into the Anthology of Literary Texts folder. So all I'm going to do is click to open that. And then there's a table of contents is the first item on that learning path. So this is just like the table of contents in your print anthology. It's going to list all of the works of literature that are available within the entire MindTap. So those texts are going to be broken out into different sections of the learning path. So you can see they'll either be under short stories, poetry, drama, essays, novels. So either they're listed by genre, or they may be listed under a casebook. So we have certain casebooks that concern authors or works that get a lot of traffic and are very commonly taught. Some of them, as you can see, the Harlem Renaissance even revolve around movements in literature. So it'll be in one of two places. The literary works will either be in those genre-specific folders or they will be in a casebook. To find out where a specific work is located, we're going to start in that table of contents. So I'll click on that table of contents. And I think the easiest thing to do here is to go ahead and download the document. And then I like to open it so that I've got two tabs. As you can see, now I have the tab that has my table of contents with all of the literary works. And then I have a tab that, once I close out of this activity, will show me that organization. So it's kind of like I can find it over here in this document, and then I can find it in the MindTap here. So easiest way to search this document, if you already know the author or the work that you are looking for, is going to be a simple Control F, which is the find functionality. So if I'm looking for a particular author, I want some poems by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, I can simply search by last name and it's going to take me directly to those works that are available. Now, if I'm more interested in kind of, hey, I want to browse the works that are available within a particular genre of literature, I can go into section 2 of the table of contents, and that's where those literary texts are listed out by genre. And so with a simple control and click, I could look at all of the poetry contents by author. And this just really allows me to browse. And of course I can do that for any of the other genres. So let's say I'm coming into this course, I know that, an author that I want to teach is Langston Hughes. So I could search for the last name. Okay, so it looks like there's some Langston Hughes poems with supplementary materials in the Harlem Renaissance, which if I scroll up is going to be under section 3. It's the table of contents for the casebooks. So casebook for the Harlem Renaissance. So I'll go back into Mind tab, and I know it's not going to be in those genre-specific folders because it's a casebook. So I'll go down to the Anthology of Casebooks, select the one for the Harlem Renaissance, and then what I will see is actually this, individual folders for each of the authors that are available within that casebook. I can click into the Langston Hughes folder, find the activity that I would like to assign, and then, if I'm an LMS user, I would go ahead and deep link this into my LMS, and that's something that that we can provide you support with through our white glove service. So if you're not sure how to do that, that's fine. We can provide that support. If you're an SSO user, you'll just click that pencil for edit, and you'll go ahead and pick a due date. I'm going to pick the 14th, click done, and then I can save it. And you can see after I've saved it, I will get that little indicator underneath that says due at such and such a date. Now, when I go back into my calendar view, you can see that the assignment is available there to my student, so that my student doesn't have to navigate through all of those layers of folders to get to the right piece of content. They can just go in, they can click on it. This particular poem has some additional information built out around it, so the student gets a little background information on how to read the poem. They can go in and read the poem itself by choosing this link, and then they've got some additional reading or discussion questions below it. Now let's say that, sorry, let me go back to the unit view here. Let's say that I want to find another poet. I'm looking for some poems by Yusuf Komunyakaa. Okay, now I found the listing of his poems. I can see them there. And if I scroll back up to find out what section of the course they're listed in, this doesn't appear to be a casebook. Yeah, this is going to be the Poetry Contents by Author. So I can go into the Poetry Contents by Author section, which is going to be the Anthology of Poetry. And once I'm in there, I can scroll down to find Komunyakaa alphabetically if I want to, or I can again just use that Control F functionality. Here's my poem, and then of course I'm going to go through that same process of selecting a due date if I want it to appear in my SSO on that calendar view. So now I've got Langston Hughes assigned in week 1, I've got Komunyakaa assigned in week 2.